Uh, I don't, I honestly don't even know why I'm doing this. This is just completely off the cuff on a whim. I don't even know if I'm uploading this. So if you're seeing it, then well, I guess you can say good on me for actually doing it. But I mean, it's just to kind of put some things out there, just to kind of give a sense of where my head is at when it comes to this sort of thing. And truth be told, again, why do we really do what we do when it comes to making content? Various reasons for many people. Yeah, it's clout, it's monetization to make money, it's passion, it's just for fun, it's whatever have you. And we all do our own different things, of course. I mean, let's be real here. It, a lot of the stuff that we do, talking about just the general pop culture nonsense and this and that and podcasts, it's like 10 dozen different podcasts out there that we all do. We all basically say the same thing. Yeah, we have different personalities. That's what attracts us to one another, this and that, but it's all the same thing, of course. And yeah, of course, I do that here too. I do topical videos and such, but as I've said before, I've been about really wanting to push more of a sense of variety into what I do. That's why I've tried to do some of the comedy segments I've done. I've done two or three now at this point. It actually went over fairly well for some of the ones that I did, and that's what I'm really looking to do. And the reason I haven't been doing it as much is because, well, it's just with time and work. Because when I do something, I want it. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm also very OCD when it comes to a lot of things. So when I do something like that, if I'm going to put it out there, I want it to feel right. I want it to be right. So that's why I don't just throw them out there willy nilly. That's why, again, I usually tend to upload on weekends and such. That's when I have more concentrated time to really bother with that. And I also want to do it when I feel like it's necessary and it works. And it's just, I mean, I could do a variety of things, but I also want things to be my way. Okay. And for this channel as it stands right now, what, 139 subscribers, big whoop. I mean, obviously that's, yeah, it's whatever, but if you're humble enough about it, you realize that even having 50 subscribers at a time just seems like, wow, 50 people actually bothered to do that, to push that little red button right there. And and it's true. And when you think about anyone bothering to take time out of their day, whether however many minutes, however many hours, whatever, to actually listen to what you have to say, this and that, then that's something to behold. And I feel like that does get lost on a lot of us most of the time, is that we really do tend to forget about that. And especially for me, I mean, I'm not gonna act. I'm no exception per se, but I do take into account, it's like when you do something that works and that people really take to, and when they actually want to bother with you, then that means something. I've always been of the impression that, for instance, if I was on film, if I was a working actor, this and that, whatever, I'm doing a bunch of movies here and there, I can't forget the fact that 50% of that success is what I do, what I put into it. And the other 50% is the audience, the people who actually bother to go out to the movie theater, to pay for a ticket, to watch a movie, to be entertained, to buy it on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, after the fact, actually become fans. People who will walk up to you and want your autograph. That means something in the end. That is something I feel as though I could never ignore that idea. The fact that people actually want to bother with you. So that's why I never understood just, egos, people just being assholes, be like, oh yeah, I'm better than you. No, anyone was to come up to you and tell you how much they enjoy your shit and what you do and bother with that, man, you got to love that. Absolutely. So, not for an ego trip, but it's like, hey, I'm doing something that, hey, people enjoy. If they come to me, they say how much they love that, and be like, oh, that is just great. You know, what this did for me, or this is that is a blessing and then some. All right. And for me, like, I know I'm nobody in the grand scheme of things when it comes to this sort of thing. Hell, like I said, if I actually upload this video, what this does for the algorithm, which YouTube straight up, even this video right now, say you can kiss my ass, okay, with your algorithm. I don't care right now, because I'm just doing this just to basically speak from the heart. All right, if that's what it is, then fine. All right, because again, like I said, no one in this community knows who the hell I am, and that a lot of that too is on me. All right, I've been in this community for a long ass time. All right, since the early days of when, yeah, Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, all that stuff. You know, when he really just kind of started to grow, that post Last Jedi shit. All right, I've seen a lot of shit happen since then. All right, it's not lost on me. But yeah, because I usually keep to myself. I really am. I'm a lone wolf type. I don't mind being a part of a team. I don't mind working with people. I'm not someone who has to be a leader per se. No, not necessarily. If I'm doing that, it's on my own accord, my own workings, my own projects or whatever. I don't have to lead other people necessarily. But if I was to be a team player in some way, shape, or form, that's fine by me. But in general, yeah, I tend to just do my own thing, my own way, my own time. That's why you don't see me in chats a lot. I'll show up in streams. I may be there. You may not even know I'm even there. All right, as creepy as that sounds. I watch you when you sleep. I've been holding this cup this whole time. I haven't taken one damn sip. It's coffee, by the way. It's still early enough. But yeah, that's just how I am, though. And I guess I'm just putting this out to just to show you more of who I am. Yeah, I do some of the typical stuff, this and that, but again, I do try to break it up. And I have a lot of ideas. The problem with me, though, admittedly, is that I want to do so much, but I never really tend to hone in on one particular thing. Maybe sometimes I try to do too much at one time instead of like just leaning in on one certain thing here and there. And no, and that is what it is. That's just how I am, though, because it's not like I don't want to do different things. I mean, hell, will I just maybe scrap this channel at some point and maybe just start anew and just have that just be my own whole creative thing when I know I can do it consistently, when I know I can really put what I want into it? Maybe, I don't know. But for now, again, everything is really just kind of on a whim. Yeah, everything is, yeah, trendy to some degree, but at the same time, I'm really trying to integrate more of a lot of that stuff. But yeah, more of just what this is about is just, it's not lost on me the status of who I am or who others are and this and that. And truth be told, it's like, well, you know, I've always been the type of person, I've always been very low key. And yet for some reason, this is just honest to God, for some reason, I don't know why. Anytime I've ever been low key with certain jobs in the past, even when I just do my job. It's plain simple. I don't try to do, depending on the job, you know, nothing that's like too crazy, nothing that's like career. But jobs of the past, I would just, you know, just do my part, this and that. You know, I don't try to, you know, cut corners and this and that shit. I just remain very low key. And yet sometimes I would just get managers, other employees or whatever, people like, be like, oh, hey, you know, you do just such a wonderful job, this and that. We really appreciate it. I'm just like, I don't even do anything. Like, I'm really doing nothing. I don't know if the bar is just set that low for other people that work around it. For some reason, I just stand out that way. But I'm so low key, and I have people literally tell me multiple times in my life, be like, you're so quiet, this and that. Be like, yeah, and what's your point? Like, yeah, I'm quiet because I really am. I don't care that really, I'm not that much of a people person. I don't really care to talk to people that much. And I'll talk. I'll talk quite a bit. Yeah, if I'm hanging around the right people, if people are intriguing me, if someone really just has something there that I just that just draws me to them, you know. But for the most part, yeah, I'm a low key person. I'm not that out there and this and that shit. You know, I'm not a hermit either. That's just the way that I am. And yeah, so there's very few people in the community I reach out to and connect in certain ways here and there. And that's just the way that is. And that's not, of course, a knock against anybody. Everyone does their own things. And so what? That's just the way that it is. But yeah, so as far as what I look to do in the future, again, I don't really know. I just keep doing what I'm doing now for the most part. And like I said, I really want to do more skits. I want to do my own concentrated sort of, blend of satire and comedy stuff still, but something that has a little bit more ambition to it. But again, that's still probably going to take me time. And whether or not that even happens with this channel, like I maybe yes, again start doing more of it here, but then at some point maybe just start anew. Maybe I won't even announce it really in the community. Be like, oh yeah, don't just start it. I'll just start it, and I'll just start doing stuff once I know I can consistently do it, and just let it roll and go from there. I may not even make a big deal out of it. I don't know. Again, I'm just I moved to my own beat. And because in the end, I do like to surprise people, because a lot of people may not at first see a lot with me or realize that. Sometimes people do. I mean, hell, Gina Carano said said I had nice energy, and I barely even said a word to the woman, and yet somehow. So some people pick up on something. I don't know what it is, but that's just the way. So I genuinely just like being low key. I do. And if I surprise people, then it's just more interesting that way. If somehow something, just the tiniest little thing, just sparks and it just works, you know. I don't have to be that in your face about it. That's not how I really tend to do things. But I don't know. This video, what's the purpose of this video? Why am I uploading this? Are you seeing this now? If you are, I probably lost my friggin' mind. But yeah, again, algorithm, kiss my ass. I don't care. It's just putting it out there, just the general thought process, how I do things, this and that. So what comes to this, honestly, I don't know. Okay, no one watches my videos. I get like probably what how many years? How many years has it been? What, year and a half, 2 years? I get like what, 1, 2 people. They comment on my shit. Again, that just goes to show. That's on me too. I know, because I don't put myself out there. I don't connect with people that heavily. That I just don't. That's just how it is. So I'm not really, I'm not complaining about it. But again, it's that self-awareness. You got to make fun of yourself. And I do feel we do tend to lose that sometimes. It's like, yeah, I'll put videos out there. I may be completely right. I may be completely wrong. I may be full of shit. You know, like I said, sometimes I do do a little bit of this and that, but it's just like, hey, man, it's whatever. Again, I know what I want to do in the grand scheme of things. Okay, and a lot of what you see now is not the whole picture. All right, but for me, I want things to be just spot on when I do it, and eventually that day may come. But for right now, like I said, I'm just kind of just going with the flow, and I still enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm integrating a little bit of that more and more. You might just see a little bit more personality wise what I tend to bring to these things. But again, because I really do. Inside, I tend to have a very creative mind. I like to do voices. I like to just picture just what can be and try to find a way to make something of that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm some director, I'm some writer. I'm too OCD to be a writer. That would never work. But I can do, little things and stuff like that. So I don't know. That just is what it is. I've babbled on long enough. If you've watched this whole video, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're probably just as jacked up as I am. But anyway, yeah, I'll just end it right there, I guess. And again, if you're seeing this, then, well, thanks for watching. I am Iron Raiden, and peace. That was just unnecessary.